So I've been a life coach optimizing mindsets for over 14 years, and this is the biggest mistake I see people make when it comes to personal development. So what people do is we consume too much. We consume, we consume, we consume. We read book after book after book after book. We listen to podcasts on nonstop, and we're constantly stimulated, but we have very little margin to implement. I've got good news for you. You're not alone in this struggle. I have seen driven, ambitious people who are pursuing personal development and growth fall into this pitfall and trap all the time. And I got good news to you. There's an easy way out of it. In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to stop drinking from the fire hose of over consuming personal development and actually getting to where you hear something and you start to practice it and implement it in a way that it creates true change in your life. Because what good is personal development if it doesn't actually get applied to your life? We're going to talk with very simple, practical ways in this video on how to do just that. Hey, I'm Trish Blackwell, your confidence and mindset optimization coach for high performers. And I'm so happy that you are watching this video. We're going to cut it to the chase, keep it super simple and short, because I want you to walk away with a very tangible thing to do, to keep it simple. There is one of the hardest disciplines when it comes to growth, when you're pursuing becoming a better leader, when you want to change your life, when you're just doing a full reinvention of yourself and you start to learn how to journal and train your brain and all the things, is constraint. Constraint is the hardest thing to learn how to manage and program within your life. We have two actually concepts: constraint and margin. And that's what I want you to write down from this video. Literally write it down. Take pen to paper. Now, how do you constrain yourself? One, you listen to one thing with your full attention. You might be driving and commuting 4 hours a day, or you're always listening to a podcast or a growth related book, and that's wonderful. But pick one thing a day for 15 minutes a day max, where it's getting your full attention, where you have pen and paper and you set it as allocated time to think about what you're thinking about, to learn and to be a student where your full attention is going to that. So we're not multitasking all the time to try to be a sponge of all things. So that is how we practice constraint, by actually saying, I'm going to sit here and dedicate this time to learn. Now, that doesn't mean you can't also listen to the other podcasts and read the books and all the things, but please know that you're not actually absorbing it all. Pick one thing that you say, today, this is what I'm learning. Today, this is what I'm implementing. And do that. Okay, the second thing I want you to do is to set time and margin to think every day. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could be while you're driving and you just turn the radio off. It's that simple, where you're going to set time to think. Now, a lot of my students do this with their journal. We take pen and paper. We have a set time that we journal every day. It might be 7 a.m. It might be 3 p.m. But you have a time, and it's 3 to 5 minutes where you have time to think about what you think about. You might be thinking, 3 to 5 minutes? Can you really grow from 3 to 5 minutes? And the answer is yes. I actually have 2 3 to 5 minute journaling methods that are transformative. And the one is one that you do in the morning. I'm going to link that video next. It's my 2-minute journal method. The other one is called the 333 method. I will link that for you too, but that's a free, easy tutorial that I have for you. You can use my worksheet, and that's there, or you can find it at trishblackwell.com/333 method. But if you anchor your 2 days with 3 to 5 minutes in the morning and the evening to think, to have the margin to think, you will be able to take what you learned throughout the day and put it pen to paper. When we put pen to paper, we take it from our brains into our bones and start to really absorb it and practice it and then implement it and see the change that we want to see.